Hello and welcome to BBC News, your reliable news source. I hope you guys are doing well today. We will be live on air for the next 10 minutes discussing 5 different news today. Well, shall we start? China's national Xinhua news agency and search engine Sogo have begun use of a vocational avatar, a 3D news anchor built using artificial intelligence. The news anchor was trained on a video of a real reporter at Xinhua news agency Zhao Wanwei. Compared to previous iterations, it communicates visual and audio information more naturally and smoothly in real time and can walk around the studio. China's anchor uses multimodal recognition and synthesis, facial recognition, and animation and transfer learning to imitate human mannerism and voice. The AI has been tested and was reported on 2 sessions of televisions on May 21, 2020. But an editor must still type in the text for the AI to say, but the AI anchor never needs a break and, perhaps more importantly for its user, does not need to be paid, putting it in direct competition with real news anchors, possibly heralding the future of televised news, at least in China. The technology will continue to evolve with the development of 5G technologies and holograms, in the hope of transforming the way people communicate and acquire knowledge. As both technologies are in existence and in use, we can probably expect AI news anchors reporting on current events with their own news generating system at some point in the near future. Next up, we will be discussing about social culture by Aldy Nouval.
As the flagship tournament of the most popular sport in the world, no event has such an extraordinarily global reach as the FIFA World Cup. With the participation of 32 national football teams, fans from all around the world, an international event management team, and volunteer force, Qatar has successfully hosted as many as 3.4 million attendants during the tournament in 2022. This number is higher than the last tournament held in Russia in 2018, which only attracted 3 million. For Qatar and the Middle East, the region's first FIFA World Cup is a tremendous platform for exchange between locals and people from all over the world that can enhance cultural understanding and showcase what the region has to offer. Qatar has implemented several projects in the past 10 years to position itself as a regional cultural hub and attract visitors, including opening museums and cultural sites focusing on Islamic and Arab art and traditions. Qatar also continues to support organizations and initiatives that encourage intercultural exchange and relaxing visa requirements for many nationalities. Under Qatar's second National Development Strategy from 2018 to 2022, Qatar aims to further create and implement mechanisms to protect and develop cultural heritage of Qatar, to put into effect and enable cultural programs to promote national pride and Qatari values and support cultural dialogue, and to establish and actualize a plan to enforce knowledge of migrant cultures and means of interaction.
Okay, next up, we'll be discussing about politics by Wisnu.
Indonesia-Singapore to boost cooperation in education. Indonesia and Singapore have agreed to strengthen cooperation in education and human resource development. The agreement was reached during a meeting between Indonesian President Joko Widodo and Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong in Bintan here on Tuesday. In 2022, Singapore and the Rio Island provincial government will carry out human resource training to strengthen capacity in Food Industry 4.0 and the supply chain e-improvement. This scheme of cooperation could be future development in various regions and for cooperation on a larger scale, the proposed MOU and Human Capital Partnership Agreement is welcome, he said. The MOU wants stringent research cooperation and institutional strengthening as well as student exchange in order to strengthen the concept of independent campus in Indonesia, the head of state added. Besides education and human research, Indonesia and Singapore will also strengthen cooperation in economic recovery, politics, law and security, and fighting regionalization, he added.
Next topic is about economic recessions by Agus Adi.
Economy recession in 2023. Digital industry is the key. Recession is a term used to describe a situation in which a country economy turn over slow down or get worse. There are various factors that trigger a recession in a country. Factors causing a recession are conditions such as price that continue to rise, both goods and services. This price increase has an impact on weakening people's purchasing power, which will later be followed by a decrease in the production of goods and services or known as inflation. The impact of the 2023 recession in Indonesia at the company level is that the company will go bankrupt. This is inflation by the decline in purchasing power or public consumption and will cause cash flow in a company to be hampered. For the impact of sustainability will have an impact on employees or laborers. Facing the challenge of global economy slowdown, the Indonesia government does not want to be trapped in it. Therefore, there are four strategies preferred. Seeing change in the digital industry, which privilege rely on infrastructure, shifting to platform, application, and content. Another strategy from Indonesia government is to build a national data center for better and security-oriented public service. Finally, the government increased digital ecosystem by utilizing infrastructure.
Moving on, we have an important news about the World Health and COVID pandemic by Wahyu Andika.
It was on November 26, 2021 that the WHO declared that the world was facing a new variant of concern, Omicron. Early data showed Omicron rapid spread in some provinces in South Africa and increased risk of reinfection compared to the previously circulating variant. Omicron was quickly identified as being significantly more transmissible than Delta. Within 4 weeks, as the Omicron wave traveled around the world, it replaced Delta as the dominant variant. Overall, though this new variant causes less severe diseases on average than Delta, studies have shown that vaccine effectiveness against infections, disease hospitalization, and death went up at different rates over time. However, protection against hospitalization and death has remained high, preventing millions of people from dying.
That's it for today's news, and we'll see you on the next news. Good afternoon.